Hello and welcome back. So this is going to be a review on the Lancome Absolue powder. I have wanted to try this for a very long time. A lot of people on YouTube have talked about it. I've watched a lot of reviews. Jaclyn Hill has talked about it a lot. So I've been wanting to try it forever, and there was a 20% off on the Lancome website 3 or 4 weeks ago, so I said, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna get it. However, this comes in 6 colors, and I only got one color. I got the color Absolute Pearl, so that's what it says there. And I know that this is not one of the colors that Jaclyn Hill has talked about, and I've seen a lot of reviews on the other colors. The colors I've seen reviews for are the Absolute Pesh, Absolute Golden, and then I think on the Light Ecru. And honestly, from what I've been seeing, these seem like all the colors are different. So they're not really doing the same thing, and you want to get a different color based on your skin tone. So I kind of guessed, because honestly, there was not a lot of information about this color out there, but it seemed like it might work the best for me, so that's why I picked it. This is the packaging. It's super pretty. I really love this packaging. Like the gold and the flower, well, that's blinding. Very, very pretty. And this is 0.352 ounces, which honestly, when I looked at this giant jar, because this is $60, so I got a coupon and it was, I think, like $49, $50. Still expensive, but at least a discount. I thought there would be more in here just because of how large the container is, but 0.352, that's maybe just slightly more than your average loose powder. They're usually around 0.3 ounces from what I've seen. And I will say that this one is matte, and this claims to be a radiant smoothing powder. I'll tell you, I really, really like it, but it's not what I expected it to be, because people have said the other ones have kind of a slight sheen. And I know that Jaclyn Hill uses it like a very glowy look here on the cheeks, and then does blush and contour and highlight on top of that for just like a really radiant look. And this color is not like that. It is quite matte. Let me show you what it looks like. It comes with this little poof, which I have used, but I don't usually use. I like to keep it in here because it keeps the powder from going everywhere. So I like that it came with that, actually. And I'll show you a close-up too. See, as you can tell, it's kind of just a light pink color, but there is no shine or shimmer in this at all. It's basically, yeah, just a light pink color. I'll show you close up. And so at first I tried that method where you kind of like use it to make it glowy, but it didn't make me glowy at all, because I shortly realized that this is a very matte powder. And so then I started using it as an under eye powder. It reminds me quite a bit. Before this, my holy grail under eye powder is the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. It, as you can see, is kind of like a light pink powder. It's matte. I have had so many problems with my under eye concealer creasing, no matter what powder I used, whether it was loose or pressed, until I discovered the Mineral Veil, which is what I've been using as my under eye powder for about 5 years. I've repurchased this about 5 times. And I really like it because it's so finely milled, and I just set my concealer with it and it hardly creases. Maybe slightly, like after 10 hours or something, but it lasts amazingly well. And I have tried so many other things and they just didn't work. So I gave up and I just kept using this, and it's great and I do really like it. So I started using the Absolute Pearl on my under eyes because it really, overall on my face, it didn't really make me glowy at all, and I did not like setting this part or my forehead in it because this has a pink undertone and it was making my foundation look pink, and I have yellow undertones, so it really didn't look right at all using it that way. So as an under eye powder, because it's pink, it kind of contrasts you know, under eye circles and whatnot, so it works and I love it. It is slightly more finely milled than the Mineral Veil, and my concealer doesn't crease at all. It's amazing. I am loving this. I still love the Mineral Veil, but this is just slightly better. So I don't know if that really makes it worth the price difference, because this is $60, the Mineral Veil is $23, and in this you get 0.3 ounces and this is 0.35. So you don't really get that much more for the money. And how I've been using it, just setting it on the under eye with just a brush. I have to be careful, because if I only use a small amount, it's not quite enough. But if I use too much, it looks too pink. So I have to get the right amount on the brush, maybe just like a light coating, and then I just set the under eye. But it lasts so well. My concealer does not crease. The color works for my skin tone. I'm really enjoying this. So despite that it was not what I expected it to be, I am really liking this as an under eye powder, and it is so finely milled. I tried to show that in the close-up. I don't know if you can tell, but it's so finely milled. So I really like this. Is it worth the $60? I mean, concealer creasing is a major problem for me, and I'm willing to pay more money for that, because that just looks so terrible. Like when that happens, I can't, my under eye eyeshadow like starts to come down here, and it's just total mess. So this really prevents that, although the Mineral Veil does too, but just not quite as well. But it's close. So I am really enjoying this. I really do want to try one of the ones that actually has a small amount of shimmer in it, because to me the way people are using those colors reminds me kind of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, which I do have the ambient lighting palette, and I do really like that, and I do like to use that to kind of mix my blush, bronzer, and highlight together. So yeah, that is my review on the Absolute powder in the color Absolute Pearl. And if you've tried the other colors, please let me know, because I am very curious. And yeah, thanks for watching.